Stow it, son! These folks didn't wait in line to hear your lips flippity-flap. Knuckle up and get ready to dance, you pasty bastard! What you good people are about to see is an operation in progress. This is a real-time feed. No smoke and mirrors pre-recorded bullshit. Elements of the Covenant fleet have made landfall and occupied one of our cities. We'll link up with our forces in theater, engage the enemy, and boot their sorry behinds back into the stratosphere. Yo, demo biatch! You got anything? Nope, didn't think so. Kill the lights!
It took 2 in the nose, then dropped into the atmosphere.
Who was first contact?
405th out of Diego Garcia. But don't expect a big welcome. Covenant wiped most of them out before they hit the ground.
Immediate. Grid Kilo 2-3 is hot. Recommend mission abort.
Roger, Recon.
It's your call, Sergeant.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Covenant ground forces own this city. We'll need to deal with them before we can kill that cruiser.
Pile out! Go, go, go! I'll evac the wounded. Keep me posted, Cortana.
Of course, Sergeant.
Sir, Corporal Perez, A Company? CP's this way.
Must be seeing things. Guess the brass do give a shit.
Come on. Stay with me, Marine.
No tags.
Hang 2 units, own egg, and he needs an airway.
I'm calling it. It's 1900.
The lieutenant got hit as soon as we dropped in.
Who's in charge now, Corporal?
Sergeant Banks, ma'am. He's pinned down up front. Come on, I'll show you.
No, behind that ST. Yeah.
3 more, coming left!
I'm running low, man.
Oye, Parsons!
Yeah?
Is it clear?
You tell me!
Friendly's moving out, covering fire!
Gonna ask for reinforcements. They sent a Spartan.
We gotta take that thing out. Cover me! Tech HQ, this is Sergeant Banks. I've got hostile artillery 200 meters northeast of my position. Bring smoke, over!
Hostiles right.
Damn it, HQ! Is anybody on this freak?
Sergeant, this is Major Easley. Hang tight. We're inbound. Verify delivery of ordnance on target.
Head on, Major. Target neutralized. weapon. You'll need it.
So far, so good, Sean. And that's it.
Not entirely. Just
Your part's done, right?
Hang on.
Bingo. There's the cruiser. Now, all we need to do is...
Uh-oh.
Bet you can't stick it.
You're on.
that's Halo 2, right?
That is. That's it. Game over.
Here
Joe
we
would
go.
have given some kind of preamble, which I don't actually remember.
Well, I'm Joe. I
comes
sound a
good
bit
old
like a
Sarge.
grunt. And Sergeant Johnson comes in, gives you his amble.
Pasty bastard.
You pasty bastard.
Yeah.
What you good people are
We were
about to
talking
see
about David Scully the other day with the Showtime TV folks. They were asking us who the fan favorite characters were.
Really?
We talked about
Are
Guilty
you?
Spark and
You're dropping some
Johnson.
Showtime TV tidbits into this stream.
Not really.
Nice.
No, there's no information there, but it was. But the.
He is a fan favorite.
Oh my God, yeah!
Oh yes.
back into the stratosphere.
If he hadn't sacrificed himself so nobly,
Demo biatch.
I mean, I don't even know of what we were thinking now. Like literally, demo biatch. We recorded that line.
yeah, that was back in the day.
Yeah.
People.
You're the
people,
demo biatch, Frank.
Yeah, that's sounds about right.
Fun fact is I actually had Scully come to that fan fest, and he was in character the entire night. It was absolutely amazing.
Who else was there? Wasn't Jen there as well? Jen Taylor.
Jen
and-
Taylor was absolutely there. She was awesome, and also it was her first time that she was completely kind of overwhelmed by fans, and to the point where she was actually uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
so there was only like 200 people in the booth after hours, but she walked in, everyone just swarmed right on her because of course she's Cortana, she's Jen Taylor.
And she didn't meet Steve Downs until almost 10 years after that.
I heard that.
Crazy.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, it was
Yet
at
their
Comic-Con.
chemistry is really well.
We were like, well, you guys have met before. And they were like, no, first time.
I'll never forget Johnson in character. David Scully was just awesome, making me laugh hysterically all night.
And he's like, he's a bit more handsome and elegant than Johnson, but he looks like him a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as old. Spartan 1 candidate.
I saw some comments in the chat earlier talking about stencil shadows, and yes, you are right. Essentially, the underlying engine and tech bets that the Bungie team made, it started with that Space Pickle announced trailer, proved to be not viable. So even after this demo, pretty much the entire engine had to be ripped apart. This ended up being throwaway work. It never really became, ideally you were actually working in parallel. You just cut a slice of your game, you go play at E3, you come back and you finish it. This was a massive time and resource investment that was more or less had to be scrapped.
Yeah, a lot of it obviously ends up in the engine, but the game actually fundamentally looked different after this as well.
It sure did.
And not just the sort of engine differences, but the style and the...
Somebody wants to know what happens if you betray the Marines. I think you might need to just do it.
Should I do it?
Let's just see.
All right, let's see if we're this quickest demo ever.
Okay. Nothing.
No, it's just very good medical care in that tent, so... All right.
Lots of blood back then. This was a little bit of profanity, quite a bit of blood.
Mature rated.
As soon as we dropped in,
Who's in charge now, Corporal?
Sergeant Banks, ma'am. He's pinned down our.
Yeah, it's funny. The
Is
more
that the
realistic,
Marcus Leto model?
Probably. Is he ruggedly handsome?
I can't tell. His face is a little rough.
There we go. Maybe. Poor Marcus. Where to? I forgot. I don't want to crash it for no good reason.
Oh, you got, okay, so through to your left,
Right.
to up that staircase there, I believe. On the right to your nope. Isn't there like right there?
There.
Yeah, go up that way.
Yeah, our lighting changed quite dramatically as well. Not just the engine stuff, but the type of atmosphere that you get in dark areas is actually pretty different than this. Yeah, it's funny to see how many of the sort of actual rendering tech changed between this and the finished game. But
Oh, I'm leaning in too much to the screen.
yeah,
I see.
it's because you're
face.
gross.
My face.
I'm gonna
is
see if
just-
I can. Oh yes!
Oh
Yes, it's the engine.
no, not Parsons.
Take that, journalist. Sorry. We're just trying to prove it to like some 1985 video game magazine. This is real.
Of course, the Parsons reference, referring to our Bungie studio head, Pete Parsons.
Look at this, mountable turrets.
Yeah, I don't think you can take it off.
No.
No, that's not really where.
Well, actually, I didn't really try. I tried doing it the right way, but nope, that hadn't been invented yet.
No, I don't think it. Did
On
either.
or off? All right, which direction?
I think keep going that way, and these guys should. There you go.
You know, this is more robust than I remember. This is as far as I've gotten messing around with it. Then there we go. Bye. Yeah, it's funny. I kind of forgot that these encounters they're scripted, but like they're real encounters. There's
they
real
really are.
AI happening there. I mean, he's kind of following a path, but all right. What have we got? Whoops. Somebody was asking me to get in and out of the Warthog earlier in the chat. I don't know quite why, but I'll give it a shot. Which way? Where should I go to not break it? Down the
That way.
stairs?
Follow those Marines.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a question in the chat, Frank. Did you guys have to tone down the language after the H2 demo? I don't remember as much cursing in the final game.
We didn't have to. The funny thing is we don't really know what our ratings are going to be till we submit them. And back in the day, you know, there wasn't as much graphical fidelity, and really they tend to be more concerned with violence than with profanity or sex. But the funny thing is, as our game has gotten higher and higher in terms of render quality, it has also gone to teen, and in some ways it looks much more violent than it did back in the day. But
people want to know, can you die in this build?
Can I?
I don't know. Jump down there and take some shots. See what happens. I mean, you don't have a health bar, so. I mean, we've seen demos at E3 that are clearly built with Invincible turned on, and we've also seen high-profile demoers die on stage.
Well, we did one E3 demo. I can't remember what it was, but you were there for sure, where it was maybe Reach, where we had the demo on running on 2 machines simultaneously.
Yeah.
So that if something bad happened on the other, on one, then they could quickly switch to a machine that was basically being played at exactly the same pace on the other. So
I don't think we ever had to do a switch to it, did we?
We didn't, but I believe another game that was at that show did.
I remember that.
I'm not going to say what it was.
I do remember that. Someone did die in a horrible way.
But yeah, it was. You have to, because you know it's the you're doing it for the theatrics and the stagecraft of
sure.
it. So I keep zooming. Yeah, you know what? This is. I seem to remember this being a lot more fussy than this.
Yeah, so far it's pretty. Oh, well,
I'm doing wielding.
How did you get that?
Magic.
Oh, you missed the. At some point,
I missed
the guy's
the part
supposed to give
where
it to you.
yeah.
I don't even know where you are anymore.
Joe Staten is probably rolling in his grave right now.
I don't even
dead.
remember. I kind of missed the cue here. I'm not sure where you're supposed to go.
Well,
follow those guys.
It's a feature, not a bug.
Yeah, just when in doubt, follow those ODSTs.
Come on, guys, where to? I know. Eventually, I get to steal a. Oh, here we go.
Everyone's like, this is nowhere near as buggy as we were told.
I think we exaggerated.
We haven't seen a single crash yet.
It'd be great if I had reverse demo luck, where it just won't crash while I'm playing it.
I think I saw a question in the chat. I'm pretty sure ammo is unlimited for the purpose of this
of course.
demo.
Yeah, you don't want some rookie error to... Because I think, you know, when you do these demos over and over and over again, you sometimes miss a whole step just through... You know, because your brain is so worn into that pattern that it ironically becomes a little bit easier to make silly mistakes.
Yeah, and I think I see a question that these SMGs only have, they're fake dual wielding. You're still only using the one trigger, right?
Yeah, they're both firing at the same time.
Yeah.
And the other trigger actually doesn't work, in case you're wondering.
People did lose their minds, though, the first time you suddenly are holding 2 guns.
Yeah. It was funny that, you know, I still often think that Halo 3 is where we got rid of dual wielding, but it's not. It just is not as big a deal in multiplayer as it. But I loved using the spike rifle and the plasma pistol combo, and the 2 brute plasma rifles.
Yeah, that's
brutal. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really lost.
Yeah,
as to where you're supposed
but
to
this
be
is
going.
exciting.
This looks like you're just in raw city streets now. This looks like you're way off the charted path.
Yeah. Well, we're just proving how real this is. Let me go back where... No, wait, I'm supposed to have the ghost encounter soon.
I think you are. Well, you're supposed to be getting on the back of a warthog, right?
Yeah, I've obviously not triggered the warthog properly.
Frankie, please tell us what you saw played when you visited Bungie with OXM to report on this demo. Well, you were already working at Bungie.
I would have seen bits of this. No, because I didn't. They kind of. This was the last thing I saw as a civilian, I think.
Oh, okay. So you came over right after.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I would have seen this, but I also would have seen like much more sort of forward-facing, stable bits of the engine, because this is like. It's not exactly a vertical slice or a beauty corner, but it's got a lot of the...
I'm not sure how you're going to get back on the right path here. I'm sure there's like an NPC or someone just waiting for you to come
back up
and
the stairs.
Trigger another script.
Yeah. I'm just going to run the whole...
People are asking if we recall why the art direction was changed. Like the city ended up looking quite different in the final game. I
think that you can see if you go compare this art to the concepts and then the final art to the concepts, they do definitely read as the same material. But this one is a lot. I think things in here are a lot softer and out of focus is the wrong word, but they're definitely softer edges than the game ended up having in the real in the
You
shipping.
fought through this area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
I'm just
they're
trying
waiting for you. This is
yeah.
you've caught up.
There we go.
This is good. Push through that opening, I think, where that guy's caught. Yeah, in there. This looks right.
Blood.
Instead of going that way, maybe supposed to
Yeah.
go to your right. That
Yeah, I think you're right. think you're right. Uh-oh. Oh,
Yeah.
yep, we did something.
You just hit a trigger volume. Something's happening. I think we're missing long swords, maybe? Is that what's happening above?
Yeah, they might have gone.
No, I don't know. We already. Sorry, that already. I don't know. Oh!
I'm in a warhog somehow. We got the Gauss cannon. Yeah, you know what? Joe Staten is a liar. This is robust. This is shippable.
It is. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way. People are asking if you can drive the hog, but you can't even get out of the hog.
I don't. Well,
there's no way to even
yep,
do it.
I got out of the hog.
Oh, but it just puts you back in automatically? Yep.
Yeah, it's in case you make that. I guess in case you do it by mistake.
You make the mistake during the live demo and spaz
That's
out,
actually
hit the
super
wrong
fun.
button.
Sorry, Grants.
Frank, do you remember? I don't remember
Oops,
this.
sorry.
At what point the decision was made to make the VR become burst?
Because
it's not in this incarnation.
I was trying to jump out and fire it. I don't remember. I
don't
like.
remember either.
I mean, I enjoy the 3-burst BR for SWAT because then you get those cheap multi kills by accident.
The ghost! You missed
Whoa.
the ghost. You missed the ghost. Sorry, I distracted you.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was always like the hardest part to hit, right? You're supposed to hit that ghost in
Yeah.
midair for an epic explosion moment.
Oh.
You remember how
Civilian
hard
warthog.
we had, like, no joke, hours and hours and hours of run-throughs.
Oh yeah, Joe had it down.
Joe had to have it with his eyes
science.
closed,
My
and then we had to
goodness.
have a second round of people that had the ability to do a backup in case something happened to Joe.
Well, I'm getting out. Oh!
Oh, you did?
Oh no, I got out! I'm
Can
gonna
you
see if I
melee?
can. I'm driving the ghost. The Heart Warthog ghost. What am I talking about? I'm driving in first person, and it looks kind of like you're in the Scorpion because you've got the Gauss.
Oh, you are driving this?
Yeah, I'm doing this.
What the?
Yeah. I can't shoot though, because I guess you do actually have to be attached to the Gauss turret. Whoa, is there any more? Just see how many I can run over.
Pull Trigger asked if any parts of the Stencil Shadows remained in Halo 2. My understanding is no.
Yeah.
I think that entire tech approach did not work.
And it was, I don't think it was so much a tech approach as a style approach. And as you know, as you get further into the game and you're starting to you kind of start figuring out how the game is really going to look. And so a lot of those decisions were made obviously after this.
Is there a horn? Can you honk the horn? No.
No.
Nothing. Okay.
I'm trying all the buttons. Oops. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
What the heck?
It had rewind. I instantly rewound to the
hidden DVR
yeah.
feature
Yeah.
even back then, huh?
Yeah. Take that, Netflix.
Deja vu.
Ah, so that's okay. So that's where we. That's where I jumped off, and so it's trying to get me back to having the demo work. Uh-oh. He must have the same kind of medical care that
Can you
that guy in
flip
the
the
tent had.
Warthog? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Hang on.
And you can't get back in it at all, can you? Can you finish the demo and the Warthog? I don't
Well, let's see
think so.
what a grenade does to him. Oh, can I pick up this brute shot? No. Or can I?
No.
No, you cannot pick up the
Can't do
brute
anything,
shot.
it looks like.
Ooh. Well, I can drive.
Looks like we cannot. A lot of people are asking this. Well, maybe Frank can finish the demo in a Warthog. I
Let's
don't know.
try it.
Let's just see what happens. I want to see the Warthog pull out two plasmas, or pull out the plasma at the end.
Well, let's see if if it's a trigger volume or if it's a script, right? Because
Whoa,
what was that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go do it again.
See, it is buggy.
Yeah, but it's not the crashing monstrosity that we remembered.
It's been surprisingly solid.
Yep, there's that weird blue.
I think that's the plasma grenade.
Yes.
I don't know where you are now.
Well,
how far does this go?
Well, let's find out. It's like the Seinfeld where they just keep driving with no gas.
You're just gonna drive into Halo 3.
Yeah.
Next thing you know.
Yeah. Road to Voy? Okay. Oops.
All right.
Oh, something happened.
This is where the ghost
Yeah.
would be coming down normally, right? The
Yep.
cutscene.
I have to look around my own butt to try and, it keeps centering on my butt. Don't blame it. Isn't this where the crash happens? No.
Looks like it. You're gonna run out of road here in a minute.
We're weakling. We don't need roads. Oh. This is a circle now, isn't it?
There's a lot more geometry there than I thought.
Yeah. Nice skybox that nobody gets to see. Quite nice lighting on that sky, actually.
Yeah, skyboxes were definitely nice.
Kind of reedy sounding Warthog compared to nowadays. This was I believe this one was the same as a Subaru. It's a boxer engine Subaru combined with something else, but I can't remember what.
The engine noise?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that.
It's two engines meshed together, but one of them's a 2-liter Subaru boxer.
I wonder if whatever you pressed before would also rewind you back to a checkpoint.
I think I've hit select or start. No.
Or can you...
Oh, yep,
there
that's
you go,
it. Start.
Right.
Start button.
All right.
So you're saying this is infinitely replayable?
I think they just told us that so you and I weren't demoing this back in the day.
No,
they
but
told
I
us we couldn't handle it.
I personally watched Joe get shot and crash about
They
1,000
just convinced
times.
us all that it was too delicate. Only Joe could pull this off. No one else could ever come close. Now here we are. Turns out it's not all that.
Quite. You know what? The frame rate is pretty good too. There's a lot going on here, and it's not like super optimized yet at this point. But. Wow.
I took some shots.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this the boarding scene that's going to come up? Yep.
I think so.
I think.
Trying to trigger it. There. Here we go.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. It's just sitting there waiting for you.
Wait for it.
Nice.
Did she just say hi?
Stand a chance if those phantoms double back. See if you can draw them off.
Draw those phantoms off, Frank.
Yeah, so do that using skill.
Game cheat. I think Frank did try to pick up the brute shot earlier.
I did. It doesn't work.
It wouldn't let him pick it up.
I think it vanished as well. Either garbage collected or it just never properly rendered on the way down. Now, which way is out? I like the sound of this ghost.
Yeah, it's nice. Frank, do you recall if were there any? There weren't really any eggs in this demo, were there?
No, I mean, when you're on that kind of schedule, the last thing you're gonna want to do is test to see if Easter eggs of all things are gonna break it, because they just needed to get this shipped so that it ran and
Something definitely broke again, though. By the way,
Oh yeah.
It was supposed to trigger that cutscene
Yeah.
of Chief riding away, looking over his shoulder. There's like no music. What happens when you hit that same back button that you did before?
Oh, the same thing every time.
Is it going to put you back in the Warthog again?
Oh, it didn't. It didn't.
Oh, we're past.
Oh,
we've broken
we're
out
past
of that,
that
now.
script.
You have no more checkpoint. Now you're really freestyling. Yeah, at this point we'd be on like minute 15 of our E3 keynote demo.
I know. The initial excitement wore off for the audience after.
People want you to try to kill yourself. Can you go off the side of the highway, or I don't think you
Oh,
have.
I see
You
what
don't
you
have
mean.
grenades. You can't blow yourself up, probably. I'm not sure you're going to be
I
able
think
to
I
get
have
this.
infinite grenades though.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to get this back into a completable state.
Yeah, we may have broke it forever.
You can't boost, right?
No. I mean, it's fast enough, but yeah, you're right. There's a lot more.
What was the worst glitch you faced during Halo 2 development? Oof. Wow.
That one where we had to cut the game in half and start again.
Yeah, probably. When you're
Yeah.
18 months
Yeah.
until release and Jason tells you that we're starting over. It's funny, I totally remember that. I don't know if you remember the team meeting in the back corner of that building where we
Yep.
had, remember
In
Jason and Paul
Millennium
brought the whiteboards
Campus,
out
yeah.
and said,
Yeah.
forget everything that you think you know about the missions thus
Yep.
far. We're changing. Here's what we're going to do. I just remember thinking like, wow, I'm really glad I'm not one of the guys that has to
Yeah.
go out and build this, redo all this work right now.
Yeah, that
Obviously,
was,
the whole studio works super hard, but man,
yeah, but it was amazing to get from that day, which I think was the lowest ebb on Halo 2 for anyone, to release, and It just blew away our expectations. And I remember, like, after the launch party, like, half of our team ran home to try and play online. And
yeah, well, we wanted to be like, we wanted to get up there quick, and you know how it is.
Yeah.
We got, after getting schooled in the studio by all the great testers, we wanted to go home and play
against the people that
play a
we
bunch
could
of
win
noobs
against.
that have never picked up the game before. It's about used to be back then we had about a week where we were awesome, and then the community would surpass us. Now I think it doesn't even happen. That Ghost is indestructible.
Yeah.
People are saying, "Oh, I don't remember this part." Yeah, this is not.
No.
We're way off script now. Frank is in uncharted territory. There may not be anything else for him to do besides.
Yeah,
just
I think
drive
we definitely broke the trigger for that.
Driving around these empty streets. I don't think there are kill volumes. I see people asking that. I don't think
no,
you would just.
Because he wouldn't. There was no way he was going to get that far off target with during the demo. So you just wouldn't have built them. I'm amazed how much geometry is in here, though, considering we always knew what the camera path was going to look like here. So there's just stuff here they never had to render, but here it is.
Drive off the edge, people are saying. Can
Let's
you get over
try
that?
it.
Can you
Let's
get over
try
that?
it.
I mean, we haven't even seen a proper crash, so. If you could boost, you could easily get up over that railing, but we don't have a boost, huh?
Well, you know what we do have.
Was Peter Moore's Halo tattoo real?
I'll never tell.
If it was, I'm sure he got it laser removed soon thereafter.
I'm surprised that anyone thinks that tattoo was real.
Well, I mean, you have one.
Yeah, obviously I have one.
You have one for every Halo that you've been a part of, right?
Yeah.
They
call me the Illustrated Man.
The logo on the release date, all down your back.
Yeah, in that Halo typeface that kids made.
Oh gosh.
All right, well that's it. I mean,
The
it's
Halo
not going to do.
font.
Oh wait, let's have a look at the.
If you want, I could throw you into the other build that Sean put on here. If you really want to
No,
see.
you need to be playing now because I'm about to get motion sick from looking off screen
really? Yeah.
and hurl.
Do you want me to reset it since I don't
yeah,
think we
why
can
not?
get out of this state right now,
not?
right? Actually, if you don't mind, would you? It's down there. We got a high-tech setup here. Looks like we couldn't not get out of the map, so that didn't quite work out for us. I'm a little disappointed though. People were expecting this thing to be like, couldn't even go 10 seconds without a crash.
I'm excited that it's robust. I mean, that's shout out to Chris Butcher and the team on.
I know, right? Even though it didn't have. Okay, sorry. So what did Sean tell? It's this guy. You want to just load this up and see what happens? Perf's going to be bad. It's a debug build. It's pre-release. I don't have the people are asking me to put the build on. It's on this kit. I can't really swap it out right now, but I have a build that has Joe Staten doing all the placeholder dialogue for cinematics and stuff. It is rough.
Instead of just the grunts.
All right, I don't know what's in this build. Sean found this. This is on his kit. We'll see what happens. We'll just be guessed here. It looks pretty robust to me. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, this is just a really old build.
It is.
Oh.
And there's what about AI? Should we do what should we do here? What should we try?
Well, caution the audience. We've got a delay, right, in case Chucky's butt shows up or some other thing that we didn't
Liz
know
can
about.
hit the dump button if we come across something. I think we're in full. Yeah, look, we're in 18+ stream right now. This is an M-rated game. What do we want to try to load up?
Oh, somebody just claimed responsibility for the AI test level. Who's that?
Go to the moon. We should try Alpha Moon, Forerunner Tank, AI test, all of them.
I think we got somebody from Old School Bungie is on this stream that
probably gonna bust us. Probably
identify yourself, AI level tester.
Probably telling Pete right now that there's some shenanigans going on. I don't know. I don't even remember the Alpha Gas Giant that much. Let's see what the heck this is.
Yeah, you remember Gas Giant.
Do I?
Slice the cables.
I don't know. Okay, people want to see everything. The other build I had lets me do
Earth City is New Mombasa. It became New Mombasa.
Invalid pathfinding. Oh, okay.
So much for the AI.
I'm an elite. Does my cheat menu work? Nope, not in this build. I don't even know what I'm. I can't even see what is going on here.
Forerunner Tank.
We have no audio. We are. Oh, I hear a battle happening. I can't see anything. This is rough. This may not be really worth doing much here, guys.
Yeah, are those heretic elites?
Are they?
I think so. They've got the light up parts on their armor, but
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know what this is. I can't see anything. This is...
yeah, I can't tell if you're even moving.
Is that where I
there
came
you
from?
go.
Okay. All right. Ooh, look at that down there.
It looks floody.
Should I jump?
Yeah, of
Sure,
course.
why not?
Chiefs is really good at swimming.
Failed to predict geometry out of space. Uh-oh. Now we didn't die, but we're stuck down here in this weird spot. All right. Not too exciting.
We had a good conversation about
Let's change levels.
where are you gonna go?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Try one of the other ones. Should I try Alpha Moon instead? I just did Alpha Gas Giant, right?
Yeah. I know what Delta Temple is.
You do?
Yeah. But I don't know what Alpha Moon
I just
is
did Gas Giant,
necessarily.
right? Last time?
Yeah.
Assault the occupied control room and find the Oracle. Warp to Delta Halo and assassinate the Prophet.
Oh, go do that!
Breach the Sentinel quarantine. Start the revolution. Or test the AI. Let's test the AI.
Wow. This is going to be either really short or really spectacular, or both.
If there's even content here, who knows? Add this version on the... Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Okay.
It just doesn't look too bad. You got that. We still use that texture for textures. For
this
texture.
placeholder
nice.
texture right here with the alphabet on it?
Yeah. I always liked it. It felt friendlier than some of the other ones.
Hope you're not getting texts from people at Bungie right now saying, what the hell are you doing?
What does cease and desist mean?
It means we're good. It means we're all good. It means open source release this whole thing.
Yeah.
So this just drops me in a room with some angry
hunters. Yeah.
And for some reason, there's a Banshee in here. Don't know how
Maybe
it got in.
that's why they're angry.
I don't know how it got in here. I don't know how to get it out of here.
Can you fly it?
Let's find out. So Sean also said that old prototype for Vision mode was in this build too. I don't even remember how to do that. Do you?
No.
Oh boy. Okay, this is a bust.
I know there was a
There's
claw
nothing
involved,
happening here. I'm sprinting.
Ooh.
Seems like I am, right? Look how fast that got.
And name down sights and oh, loot crate.
All right.
All these trailblazing inventions.
So if we had a proper debug build, we could bring up the debug menu, and then you could drop whatever you want into the space. Right now, there's nothing here but 2 hunters. So
I wasn't paying attention in the E3 demo, but is that battle rifle exactly the same as the one I was just using in the demo? It looks different. It might just be lighting.
Well, it's still only single fire. I think it's the same.
Yeah.
Hunters with blue helmets. All right, I don't know what's happening here. I'm backing out of
the kids are
AI
requesting
test.
multiplayer.
AI test is a bust.
Yeah.
All right, you mean they want me to go on multiplayer?
Yeah, but that's probably, I mean, typically that's going to be a sterile, empty experience.
Yeah, I don't know if that's...
Unless that one guy, remember the guy who didn't log out of Halo 2? He was the last person online on Xbox Live.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's probably still doing that. Forerunner tank, we're getting lots of Forerunner tank requests.
Yeah, we're not totally sure how old this build is. It's obviously early on in the project.
Yeah.
Things have changed. Scope does look different. Debug menu's not coming up, unfortunately, in this build, Leo.
Our lords are with you today, Dervish.
Oh, Dervish. That's some
Remember
deep,
that?
deep lore.
This is old school.
Yeah, the Arbiters, this is out there anyway, but the Arbiters was originally called the Dervish, named after a kind of, actually kind of a dance but performed by the Dervish people, where they spin around spectacularly.
And that ended up getting...
We had to change it
Yeah,
for...
the GOps review, right?
GOps,
they
yeah.
Told us we needed to not call it
Yeah.
Dervish. Wow, this is... Of course, we knew this was going to be very bad perf, but it really is unplayable.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to make of this. and I can't
It's
do
art.
it. I really can't do anything.
A lot of dervish people.
People like the dirt. Yeah, excellent frames. Yeah, it is. What is that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know where to go or what this even is. This is raw, never before seen stuff, and now you know why.
Now they're asking for the Halo 3 E3 build, and which is much more boring than.
All right. So far, these are not that exciting. I don't see much. There's not much going on here that's super interesting.
Yeah.
What were people telling me saying they wanted to try?
Didn't know you guys had a GoldenEye setting for Halo 2.
We do.
Well, it's you remember GoldenEye had that 2-controller mode
Oh, yeah, yeah.
where so that you can set up the buttons sort of like that, not exactly, but yeah,
The Macworld demo build. That, I don't know if we have access to
this
that.
was probably the biggest console FPS control scheme to kind of take off. But yeah, GoldenEye had the same idea, to analog sticks.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day, but you needed 2 controllers, obviously.
Now we're really into like a slow-mo frame rate. That's a lovely skybox.
Nice skybox.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we had a conversation about somebody was asking if we had any 3D assets of the Halo ring itself. Most of them were 2D, but the one of the guys is kind of a hack built a proper scale Halo ring to mess around with.
Huh. Yeah, this isn't doing a whole lot. I think Scoops would have been probably a better.
But these are much closer to final graphics and
yeah. This looks like vintage Paul Russell's Forerunner art.
Yeah.
Not much here, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like just an empty space. Okay, well, that's that.
I can't watch it anymore. It's
getting motion sick. Yeah, please don't hurl.
I don't get motion sickness playing myself, but I do watching other people. That's the worst.
You'll hurl, then I'll hurl, and we'll have Mountain Dew hurl everywhere. It would be a bad scene. People are asking about multiplayer. I don't even know what it's got here.
This doesn't seem like multiplayer.
Campaign options, game options.
Clan match. People forget about the clan system for Xbox Live, for Halo, where it's really just a second friends list, sort of anonymized.
This isn't going to do anything either.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting to... I checked the save film. What game demos are on here, do you think?
Ooh. Well, it's probably like Fusion Frenzy and stuff.
Yeah, right. You're probably right.
What is it?
Not found.
X-Dem was not found. Oh, bummer.
People are like, hey, we didn't tune in to watch Fusion Frenzy demos.
Crackdown.
All right. Well, I don't know if there's a whole lot else to dig out of here.
Yeah.
14 years though, and tomorrow is the anniversary for CE.
16th anniversary of Xbox Live as well.
That's right.
And yeah, that's a lot going on.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. I think obviously the game itself was awesome, but there's so many things that Halo 2 did that changed kind of the whole industry.
Oh, I think the way that what's really obvious is if you go back and look at multiplayer interfaces before Halo 2, the whole concept of matchmaking and that sort of really quick, fast rotating social thing that felt really new.
Yeah.
I mean, and nothing is new. Like all of these things probably existed before at some point, but Halo definitely made a lot of these things really mainstream and expected.
Do you remember though how just internally at the time how divisive and controversial the matchmaking
and it was
when Max Holderman was kind of working on
it was
those
also
specs?
really hard to get a feel for what it would be like through description. So it didn't matter how many PowerPoint demonstrations or flow charts that you looked at for how the experience would be, until you just hit A or refreshed a list, it just didn't. It was a thing that you had to really experience to fully understand why it was so addictive. And
Yep.
I know a lot of people now prefer server lists and other ways of sort of curating their game experiences, but man, it makes the most of the population, and it also makes the game, you know, more challenging because you're going to find people closer to your skill.
I think people might be right. We should try Earth City. It might be the most polished. I remember the outrage though. At the time, people were literally. So you mean it's like going into a restaurant, except I don't get to order what I want off the menu. The chef just tells me here's what you're going to eat. That is just
Omakase, dude.
It really was, right? It's ahead of its time. And now matchmaking, like every game has some version of matchmaking, and it became a platform level
And it works
feature,
with
right?
choices as well. You can give people the best of both worlds. Give them the population and give them some choice. And
All right, so this is Earth City, and this is looking a little bit reminiscent of the E3 build that you just played through. So I think somebody said they noticed in the description they thought this said September 2003, so this build would have been slightly later than E3.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. There's that gold hog.
Yeah.
I still have one. Mint and package. Joyride limited edition.
Oh, nice.
Gold hog. Yeah, for sure. Somebody asked, I saw scrolling through in the chat, what are we doing to preserve and archive these builds? They already all exist in various forms of like source control depots and archives. Well, actually, the hardest part is finding hardware to run it.
Yeah. These used to be when we switched to 360. These things were stacked up to the ceiling, but yeah, they're hard to find now.
I mean, I think Sean said he bought his off of eBay.
Well, I was talking to somebody this morning about the Sega Chihiro. Do you remember that? It was an Xbox-based arcade hardware platform that Sega developed. You know, it was just a much easier to develop on than the custom hardware that games were using at the time.
Yeah, this is
Whoa.
just not playable.
Yeah. Well, at least the frame rate is slow enough to not make me want to vomit now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Like 2
2
frames a second faster, and it'd be hurl time.
Who decided what color the Chiefs' armor and faceplate would be? Wow, that would have predated us because that was a Halo CE decision, obviously.
I mean, you know, and sometimes these things are. I've definitely seen concept art where it was golden or yellow, but some of these things just look different when you put them in the game, and you tweak and tune. And
it just said, it just gave me a message telling me the Covenant battery has fallen off the map. Whatever the heck that's referring to. Get off me, man.
Well, it's cool that it's still feeding you debug information.
Well, I could go to a different build that does have the debug menu. I miss being able, and normally it'd be right there, but it's not. This isn't the right kind of build.
Guys asking if we can rip the BSPs from these. I mean, you could, but they're so low poly that you'd almost be better recreating them from scratch, or extruding them from the existing one.
Huh? Do you remember how far into development the regenerating health came in?
I've had conversations about that. That and the camera detached from Myth, but I don't know. But that changed a lot of video games too.
For sure. What's your favorite part of Halo 2?
Of Halo 2? I mean, I love the music. I love the fact that you got to go deep on who the Covenant were and why they were mad at you or whatever.
So this build you can see is running a little different. The debug spews on the bottom, so it started throwing some errors.
What did you think about the Halo 2 modders? Well, I'm sure some of them were great hobbyists and fine engineers in training, but spawning in the middle of Sanctuary in the sky while a guy on the ground sniped you,
yeah, not super fun.
That's what I.
Would we consider streaming the older canceled Halo titles? I don't know about that. I don't even know what that would entail.
I think the only one I can think of that's meaningfully in any kind of condition at all would be the MMO from Ensemble, but that was not. It's not something we could stream.
I don't think so. No. Kill the lights. Those aren't modders. They're cheaters. Yes,
yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Was Halo 3 ODST any good compared to Halo 3? What?
Two Bears remembers the Sky Spawn snipes. He knows that hell.
What about the Halo CE E3 build of dinosaurs? I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Scoops has access to anything that's ever been checked in, so I don't know if that particular early stuff was actually even ever archived.
Or organized in a way that could run. Oh, somebody wants to see the Mega Bloks Halo game, the kids game.
Oh, I saw
Yeah,
pictures
that's
of it,
cool.
and I saw the
I
video
played a bunch of
online
it.
when that
Yeah.
came out months ago.
We got prototype pretty
looks
far.
cool.
Bunch of art. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to wrap it up, guys.
Cool.
I have
Thanks,
to
Frank,
go
for
to
joining us.
Top
and,
secret meeting.
Reminiscing.
Yeah. This was a blast.
And a lot of your old updates, including your old Imagine Media articles, everything can still be found on the internet. It's all still there.
I bet Scoops has got them all, everything we ever made on some debug somewhere.
He might. In fact, I had also found the flyer for our 2003 Fan Fest, which you adorned with that special custom Flaming Mr. Chief. That was our logo for our 2003 Fan Fest.
The dual-wielding bacon, I think.
Oh.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the flames. You're right.
Dual-wielding bacon, I think, was maybe the next year's one.
Yeah.
I think we did
massively
one.
upgraded.
Well, we did I don't remember this, but I was going through my boxes. I had forgotten we did a fan fest at the Experience Music Project for Halo 2
That was a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that mixed up because eventually Microsoft had a party there one year, and I mixed up those two things.
Well, I know we did an ODST and Reach thing there too, but I had forgotten that we actually did a Halo 2 thing there as well.
Paul Allen. Rest in peace.
That's right.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thank you, Frank.
My
Enjoy
pleasure.
your afternoon of real work. I might just suffer through this for a few more minutes. We're kind of getting ready to run out of time here.
Try not to puke.
Thanks for stopping by, and you did a good job on that demo. Shockingly, you never crashed. Yeah, really is rock solid. I can't even, like, no matter what I do, this thing will not crash. Oh! Look at that. I just blew this Marine with off this other guy with a grenade, and now he's just standing over here doing CPR on the ground. There you go, folks. That is a legitimate... I know, I caught myself. I know where you were going with that, Frank. That was not my intent. Thanks, Frank. See you later. While I'm scrolling around here, I want to give a quick shout out as well to our awesome stream team. We got Liz O back in the booth.
Hello.
Keeping things good, and a big shout out to Michael Sternoff off camera here, just for all their help trying to figure out how the heck can we show something that's 14 years old on our streaming setup, which is kind of finicky anyways. So thank you both for making this possible. I'm gonna grenade this guy too. See what happens. Ooh! All right, show me. He's pinned down up front. I want to see it. I don't believe you. A little dark. Can't see much. Let's blow everything up. I'm going to race ahead and see if this... Somebody asked me earlier, will this kill you? Nope, didn't kill me. Nothing happened. Friendly's moving out. Let's go ham. Oh boy, forgot. There's no triggers. Grunts down. What? That's it? They're gone. What does happen if I just stand on a grenade? Nothing. I truly am deathless. Oh, they hadn't even, look at that. They haven't even given me my dual SMGs, and yet I already have them. I think I already broke the scripting, folks. I feel like I'm moving way faster than Frank was on his build, too. These guys are waiting for me to come through this breach. Music to drive by. That's the name of that queue that just popped in. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh, can't find a free 3D voice for channel 57. Uh-oh. Failed to predict geometry, out of space. It's kind of more fun with the debug spew on. More authentic. It's doing that same thing it did for Franco. It kind of makes you appear in the Warthog whether you want to or not. Yeah, I used to love blowing those cars up. And I blew up my friendly Warthog. Nope, nothing. Nice. Failed to predict geometry, out of space. I hit the ghost! Suck it, Joe Staten. Saw that. Still got it. Okay. Well, I think one thing we have definitely proven is that reports of how unstable, and finicky this build is and prone to crashing seems to just be an urban legend. Frank got stuck at one point and couldn't progress, but we never got this thing to crash or break at all. I'm going to have words with Mr. Staten. I'm now questioning everything that I was told back in the day. Goes to my right. I'm waiting. That was fake. I didn't even do anything. Just appeared on the ghost. Cool. Wonder how long he would let me ride that. Draw the phantoms off. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Okay. I don't know where to go. I forgot. This way? Who's watching? Nope, not this way. Yeah, everyone's kind of pointing out that this build is nowhere near as crash happy as they were led to believe. Keep in mind, this is actually the earlier build. This is not even the one we played earlier. This one is from a couple builds before the E3 build. And it's still pretty stable. Alright, well, I don't even remember where to go now, so I think we're just about out of time. But remember, we do social streams here pretty much every Wednesday. We are not going to do one next week, by the way, since we have the Thanksgiving holiday here in the States. So we're going to take the week off. A lot of people are going to be out enjoying time with friends and family on Wednesday, but look for us to be back the following week with some sort of regularly scheduled program. Unicheck will be back in the office by then. Also, of course, this weekend is our big Halo 5 HCS Finals at DreamHack Atlanta. This is our last big official Halo 5 tournament. It's going to be awesome. Lots on the line here. Also really excited. This will be the first time we're going to have a Halo 3 competition in many, many years. So the Halo 3 2v2 showdown looks like it's going to be an epic battle. $10,000 prize pool on the line. Lots of really cool people from the old days are coming out. They're competing again. You'll have Neighbor, Ghost Ayami, Flame Sword. There's a whole variety of people. It's going to be really fun. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. Should make for a great weekend in Atlanta. That kicks off this Friday. You can watch it right here, of course, on mixer.com/Halo. And for more information, please head over to halo.gg. That's our big home for everything Halo esports on the web. You'll find the broadcast schedule and additional information about the event. But we hope you'll tune in and join us there. And I think beyond that, I don't know, guys, should we go out? Should we play ourselves out with the video we talked about earlier? Do we have that? So on the way out, if you want to hang around, I'm going to go ahead and excuse myself from the stream, but I was able to pull, it's about an 8-minute making of Halo 2 HD Vidoc from back in the days. This is around 2004. Frank nor I are in the video, but a lot of our old compadres are. You'll see about a 12-year-old Joe Staten. You'll see a Marty O'Donnell. And it's just an interesting look back when we worked at the Millennium Buildings over near the Rock Quarry on the outskirts of Redmond back in the early days of around 2004. So we're going to go ahead and cut out our stream, kick over to that video. Feel free to hang out and watch it if you're interested. If not, really appreciate you tuning in. Hope you'll join us this weekend for some amazing esports, and we'll be back after Thanksgiving for more social stream action. So thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Sketch on behalf of Frank and Scoops who are gone. Thanks. Have a great holiday next week, and we'll talk to you later.